And second thing that for Zaisa, Ahmer Sheikh, I think yes, Ahmer Sheikh, he is my dearest friend. He used
Yeah.
to be my junior in Karachi University.
Yeah.
He
So we just lost you, Mubarak Sahab, you're mute.
Oh, sorry. I was saying that Ahmed Sahab has joined our conference as well. He is my junior in University of Karachi, and he is not Ahmadi, uh, but Sunni Muslim. So it's a great honor for us that he is here as well. So he's basically living in Liverpool. So I requested him I always request him to join our at least for Dam night. So because all youth are here, so he can. I think last month, Ahmer, I told him that I am Ahmadi, but I haven't told him that I am Ahmadi. I told him the scenario, what's going on with me, what happened with me. So Ahmer said me that are you Qadiani? So he just the Pakistani people knows that if Pakistani person told you that I have something to tell you or ask you, that's mean he knew that I am MD. That's it. My friend, a lot of friends, they said that I have to discuss something with you. I just think that okay, now game over. I am Qadiani, I am export. So yeah, he's here.
इशारा मोहम्मद के लिए काफी है.
Yeah, I just request you, Rabi Saab, if Ahmed Saab, if you can unmute Ahmed Saab, and Ahmed Saab can give some opinion about Jamaat and the community, how he finds the community. We have a live example, like he has his own history as well. So he is basically a Bihari, and his family was killed in 1971 in Dhaka division, a Bangladesh division. So he can feel our like dard as well. So I want to request him that he can do, if he can tell us something for our interest, and how he found Jamaat and this platform, and how we are working, what his impression, that what is the Khilafat, what they are doing, Yahudi lobby in UK. So what he thinks about us.
I'm just welcome Ahmed Sahab, Jazakallah for coming. You're always welcome. Everyone, as you know, any friends you have also, they can come onto this platform. This is for everyone. It's just like we like to be together. We like to connect together in the Midlands and remember each other because we're all brothers end of the day. And you also are our brother. So Ahmed Sahab, if you want to say anything from your side.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
As Mubarak has already introduced me quite well. Yeah, I've been listening to you guys as well right now in the conference call, and Mubarak invited me, and I was excited because I am doing PhD in UK. I've started my higher education in Pakistan, where I was working in ISF, which was in SAF Student Federation. It was the Student Federation of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, PTI. So, but I was from Karachi, and at that time it was the toughest time to be in ISF because there was a biggest rival for us, and them rivals are not there anymore. As I always say, Makafat Amal, you pay what you saw, what you reap, and that's what they had to go through. So my life has been threatened there when I was working, and Mubarak used to be my senior. I remember when I started my bachelor's in commerce in Karachi University, Mubarak was doing his M.Com. So he was senior, but I will always remember him. He's one of those senior who never did the ragging, and always welcome us. And yeah, that thing is from the very beginning when I have been seeing oppressor communities all around the Pakistan. It's not just one community. Being a Bihari, I'm a immigrant, and I am the third generation in Pakistan, but still we are called immigrant on papers, which kind of hurt me when I was very young. It affected me very badly because when we read the books, right? When we read the books, when even we read the Islamic books, Ansar and Muhajirin used to be brothers. Muhajirin were meant to be very respectable because they had to migrate for the purpose of their religion, their belief, and they migrated with the Holy Prophet. So they were, when we see the books, when we read the books, they are meant to be respected and welcomed by rest of the people. But in reality, it was completely the other way around. You are not even heard. Your problems are not even heard, right? So you see these things, right? And you start realizing that how oppression causes troubles, and not just for one, for everybody. And I was seeing this all through. And then, when PTI government got into the position, and I am from business background. I've studied bachelor's business in Sunderland Uni, and then I did my MBA, and now I'm doing my PhD in ethical development and political CSR. So political social responsibility. As you can see, these both subjects are quite related, and I like to do research and hear from everybody. I like to hear the story. I like to understand. And this is what I shared with Mubarak when he was sharing his story first time. I remember we had a conversation about everything, and then he was talking about something. He shared details with me, and um, and then he goes like, "Do you understand where I'm coming from?" And I straight away realized it, and I goes like, "I literally understand where you're coming from." And I asked some critical questions to him, which I can see. Obviously, you guys didn't ask. Maybe you guys already know these stories. You have seen this all. And I asked some stories which were like, so what is the future you see for yourself, Mubarak? Okay, not just you. What do you see the future of your Jamaat in Pakistan? See, the majority is there, and they are human being, and they have got all the rights to do whatever they're required to do, right? So I was asking this critical question, and Mubarak understood my point. And I still remember he goes like, so bro, will you not receive my call from tomorrow? Are we not going to talk again? I said, if it had to be like this, would we be the friends? Obviously not. It is always better to hear the others and then make your own opinion. What if Holy Prophet wasn't heard at the age of 40 when the revelation came on him? What if the people of Makkah, and at that time who didn't have the faith in Allah because Islam wasn't revealed at all, what if he was rejected completely? There will be no Muslims. We were not even there 1400 years ago. So hearing is the something which every Muslim should be doing. But we see this not just from Muslim perspective. If I look at the Southeast Asian perspective, the problem with us getting to the extent where we reject the other opinion without even hearing it completely. You know what I mean? So because I've got around 40% of family still live in Bangladesh, my maternal side, and around 30% of my family still live in India as well. And I look at the political circumstances on all around the Southeast Asia. Now, since I've been living in England for so long, we look at the, from the research perspective, we look at the global economics perspective and policies. If you look at Indian policies right now about CAB, NRC, we raise this issue. We hear the problem of Muslims there, and we feel that it's been discriminatory regulation tried to be implemented by BJP government in India. We raise the voice all over the world, and when this happened in our home, we shut our eyes, we shut our ear, and that's where I find it very hypocrite. And I feel the pain. I would different when I said I feel the pain is like the pain of a struggle. What Mubarak had to go through, he's one. He's one individual. How many other people had to go through? You can't even talk about it. Why is that? If you look at another bloke is being really popular on YouTube, and straight away the moment he being popular, he became the controversy. Engineer Mirza Ali, when he started talking about these all sects which are taking religion to the extent where they spread the hatred for each other. He didn't have madrasa, so he is not asking for fund. He is not telling people not to go and believe their sect. All he is saying is reading the Quran, reading the books, quoting with the references. And in our home, in our community, people can't even take it, because it's raising the question. When, for example, if he says anything, I'm not targeting any sect, but what I'm trying to say, if he finds something in Barelvi Maslak wrong according to Quran, but said by in their scholars book, he's been targeted, He's been almost mobilized by people. He didn't even say they are wrong. He just questioned, as Socrates questioned in Greek world 2000 years ago, when he questioned, just he raised the question that and he said when he was asked to give a narrative about the blasphemous law in Greek 2000 years ago, when there was no Islam, no Christianity as well. It was only Moses, I believe. And he was called blasphemous 2000 years ago in Greek ancient world, and he was given poison as a persecution. He was given two two options as a persecution verdict by the penalty. Was either leave that city. I don't remember that city. I think it was, I don't remember the exact name, but either you leave this city and never come back, leave this country, or kill yourself. We will give you the poison. And Socrates, who I personally think he, in 3 years ago, he revolutionized my mind when I read Socrates and understood that he stood for the truth. He accepted the poison to drink instead of घर बदर जिसे कहते हैं, घर से निकाल देना जिसे कहते हैं. And he said at that time, when his students asked Aristotle and Plato were asking him, please don't do it, sir. Nobody wants their teacher to die in front of them. And said,
Ahmer,
why you do it? Leave the country. Yes.
Ahmer, I have a question. When you are coming to meet our Khalifa?
I don't know. I'm still stuck, but inshallah, I would love to. That's
because I know that on weekends you are there. You used to be there, but I don't know after COVID what will be the situation. But I hope so that we are going to meet Khalifa work together. Like you and me will go there, and we'll meet Khalifa work like shortly. Ahmer, we have Zaid Saab with us. Zaid Zanjua Saab. He is the head of like Birmingham Tabligh. He's the head of Tabligh, so I will give you his reference as well, and I will share your reference to him as well. So in future, hopefully you will like we will have a like we will be like, you can say that if you will share your opinion in our different platforms as well. We want you to be included in our different platform. I request Zaid Saab that if he can like allow us or authorize Ahmer Sheikh for the different platform for national, for UK, London, and different, so he can address to them and he can share his opinion. Yeah, Zaid Saab.
That will be great. Thank you so much, Zaid Saab. As I can say, I like to call him Janjua Saab. Thank you so much. And thank you for you guys as well. I take a lot of time.
How to call
No, I'm assuming Zaid Saab would be like to be called Janjua Saab. He would love it.
It's fine. It's fine either way. It's it's a surname, so it's fine. I was gonna say it's very nice for you to share your feedback, and feedbacks like that, it makes
thanks
us
a lot. Thanks. Yes,
it makes us feel very proud that that there are other people out there as well, that they understand our difficulties as well, and they also, it's not just us as well in the world that feel these hardships as well. There is other peoples and other sects, and as you've mentioned as well, in this, and as I was saying as well before earlier on as well, we just recently had our virtual Eid party where the whole program is decided to bring everyone together. So we're not really limiting anyone, or we're not just keeping anything to ourselves. Our Jamaat is open to everyone. Anyone is welcome to come and see it and research and read the books and do your research properly. Take your time. We're not there to kind of, basically kind of, I don't know, like to preach to you in that way, to push you in that way. You can see everything from your side. It's all in front of you. There's nothing to hide. You are involved in this, conference with us as well. There's nothing for us to kind of hide. Everything there, we would first make sure that you have seen everything clearly and you've understood. That is our approach. Our approach is not just there to to kind of convert anyone or anything like that. That is not our approach, or that's not our aim. Our aim is to win the heart, basically. That is our motive, achievement at the end of the day. So if that is that what we can achieve, and alhamdulillah, your heart's very nice, and it's very nice to gather your your feelings as well. So this is truly exactly what we want to be a part of. So Jazakallah for being in this show as well. Jazakallah to Baris
And
Bhai
it's
to invite
completely my
as well.
pleasure, and I'm really grateful of you guys as well that you accepted me and heard me as well. And it's definitely my opinion. And to be very honest, I'm a scholar. I'm doing my PhD. I'm about to start my research by the end of this year. And but as you guys still aware, when you have to be a scholar, and if I want to be a scholar, for example, how can I not think of Dr. Abdul Salam? How can I not think
Oh
of what
yes.
happened to him? How can I not give the respect to his community, like not just his community, what he has done, as well as when he went to take the Nobel Peace Award, he wore our culture, he wore our identity to the world. He didn't go in a tuxedo to be a Great Britain. He was in his kula and his sherwani. I don't remember after Jinnah who was there in the sherwani and kula representing his culture and his country, who's to so they being educationist throughout my life, nobody can take this away from my heart, the respect for the education, the invention and contribution to the community. That bro, look, just last one thing I would like to add, that when PTI government came to place, I was really excited, and as I worked for them quite long as well. But when forgive me, pardon me, I forgot his name, but I still follow him in Twitter and I read him.
Aziz Mia.
Invited.
Mia Atiq.
Yeah, Mia Saab. Yeah. And when he was taken away, who was about to be, according to analysis, by the time of 2022 or 2023, he is expected to be the candidate of Nobel Peace Prize Award for his contribution to the whole world as an economist. When we lost the opportunity as a nation to have this kind of asset to play the role, what was the team of Jinnah? When it comes to the truth, when nation closes their eye, become hypocrite. They don't find the way. There's no way. There's no vision. So from my end, this heart is always open for that end. Obviously, I've not grown up in your community. I've not heard a lot. What I've heard is from all the resources. But these were the things which I've heard from neutral resources, which nobody can disown, right? Even other people own it. They know what happened to Dr. Abdul Salam. Whenever I ask my mother, I tell who Dr. Abdul Salam is to her, my mother, my father, what their contributions are. Straight away, the respect level is right at the top. Like all they did is educate their kids. We were three siblings, two sisters and me. But then when I tell them what happened to him, they just keep quiet. They are sad. My dad start calling the history of himself, losing 58 lives for the sake of arrogance of some dictators and political party. We lost a whole country. We lost a whole bloody country, as well as 58 people just from my family. And that was 71. We are not even counting 47 when we lost a lot of lives for Islam in Pakistan. So yeah, definitely the pain is mutual. And I would be reading, I would be listening, I would be hearing, and if that'll be great if you guys have accepted me as a learner. I would say I'm
Thank
grateful.
you.
And thank you for giving me time. I took a lot of time of you.
No. You can talk as long as you want. It's just
Yes. Yes, you
at the beginning,
have.
and you're always welcome, and your voice is always here to be heard. And
Thank
just
you. Thank you.
I don't believe anyone has the right to say anyone is a disbeliever, anyone is a kafir. This is against the teaching of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And so we should all be able to live in the way that we want to live, and worship Allah as we want to worship Him. And no one has the right to say that against us. So Jazakallah, you're part of us. We're all one body, and you're always welcome. Jazakallah again, Ahmed, for coming on and for delivering your beautiful speech.